My student right there. Hi, Devas.
Hi, guys. Like this. See, like real close, like your toes are off the stage, kind of. You know, I mean, don't like fall over, but no, just kidding. So, you guys, most of you have done this before. You know what we're doing. It's a story slam, and each storyteller is going to tell a true story from their life that is up to 5 minutes long and has to do with this year's theme, which is hindsight. And Miss Sullivan, this is our 4th annual MAD Story Slam, right?
Crazy.
4th. Yay. Yeah, we should clap for that. Yeah. So, and after every storyteller goes, the judges will judge you. They're going to judge you. Well, they're going to judge your story and your performative elements, your, audience eye contact, and then the math geniuses over here are going to do some calculations. And so at the end, we'll figure out who is representing us at the Truth Be Told Story Slam. The top 2. Do you know, 2 of you right here are going to go to the Interscholastic Story Slam.
Wow, one of us.
Oh.
Maybe it'll be you.
2 of you.
So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to introduce our judges as soon as you silence your cell phones.
Oh.
Ready?
Drinking?
Yeah, we'll take lots of pictures of you, and we have Brian Robertson from TV Services over here at PPS who is filming this whole thing too. So we're going to capture you and your story today. So our judges are Tree Oath, he wrote in 2 separate words. I love that. I've never seen the way you spell that out.
Hey, actually, time out, sorry. Since we didn't know who the judges were going to be ahead of time, would you go judge 1, judge 2, judge 3, judge 4?
Okay.
And also when you
I'm
read
sorry,
their scores, I
Tree
know,
Oath.
or you're not reading their
I'm gonna
scores, but anyway, sorry.
Yes, okay.
'Cause
I'm going to
we don't-
start over at this end of the
Sorry.
table then. Judge 1 is Miss Alicia Smith. She is a teacher. She was a former Madison teacher, and now she's here almost every day taking care of us when we need to be out of our classrooms. She is a current parent who is molding the future traumas of her children. They make good stories. It all makes good story.
Yeah, it does.
Judge number 2 is Molo. Madison's very own senior inquiry and gender studies teacher who also once swam the English Channel.
Wow.
Or not.
Oh, I get it.
Then we have Miss Gill. She's the proud owner of the 2 most perfect cats in the world. You can follow them on Insta at Leo and Mr.
Oh my God, my
Yay for cats!
Yeah, I know her. That's my best friend.
I have to start a page for my new puppy. As soon as she stops peeing everywhere, I'll reward her with an Instagram page. The next judge, which would be Judge 4, now, is Tree Oath, who once performed at the National Storytelling Festival in Tennessee and loves stories. Yay! And then Judge number 5 is Maya. It's her junior year. She's working towards writing her own book while doing school and managing 3 part-time jobs.
Woo!
And her favorite animal is the wolf.
Wow.
Cool beans. Nice. Okay, so I will introduce some other folks in just a little bit, but we need to get to some stories, yeah?
Yeah.
So I need a fishbowl. Where's my fishbowl?
Please don't let it be me.
Which one?
Where did it go? Fishbowl, Mrs. Sullivan.
I wanted to make sure that, it wasn't a last-minute storytelling.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So this is random. This is actually how they do it at the Moth National Storytelling. When you go put your name in, they pick 5 storytellers for the night. So if there's 10 people in there, you don't even know if your name's gonna get picked. And then you just get called up at any time. And then if they didn't pick your name, at the end of the night, they pick you and you get to come up and tell just the first line of what your story would have been. So this is real
That's harsh.
right here. This is how it goes. All right, please give a warm welcome up to the mic for our first storyteller, Jasmine.
Yeah, Jasmine!
It's so funny how I was the first one to put my name in there and I'm the first one to be picked. Okay, so I'm Jasmine. I'm new to this school. This is my first year at this school and I'm a sophomore. So my story is between school and friends, which I don't have my friends here. They ditched me. I saw them at the door. They just looked at me, walked away. So my life of school has not been so great. It's not really. Like between my old high school and this high school, completely different. It's just so hard and different. The old high school, they didn't really care. They just want you to get what you want and get ready for college. This school is more serious. They're like, hey, try to go to university. That might be good for you. Who knows? But yeah, I've been to many different schools, had to switch 3 when I was in elementary school, stay in 1 middle school and 2 different high schools. So I've seen the different ways of people want their kids to pass high school or school in general. But the things with me and friends, I'm the last person people tend to pick for anything. Like, I had this old friend that we met in elementary school, and we don't really talk anymore now, but we're still friends. She goes to this family thing because she has family in Montana, and I was the last person to be picked to go with her to Montana because last year she hasn't been doing well with friends at her school, so I was the last one to be picked. I was also the last person to be picked at something her dad goes to every June. Yeah, it's great to be picked last. Totally. Yeah, but before that, I even had even worse friends that just not great because I used to have a friend. She moved to a house because I used to live in apartments, and so she did. This is me as a child. She moved to the house, completely cut any she didn't want to talk to me because she was a Girl Scout. Her name's Sammy. She was a Girl Scout, and she still is, I think. And sometimes we'll see her at the store, and I'll go to her, say hi. We exchange numbers. Never spoke to me. I sent her a lot of texts. Never spoke to me. And I don't have a good relationship with my friends from middle school because they went to the bad side of things to be doing drugs and doing not the good things that I do compared to me. Yeah, and I had this friend, her name was Kara. I don't treat myself good. My teachers will know that I don't treat myself well at all. And I mostly punish myself and anyone else that can punch me. And so my friend Kara, gave me this note, and she's like, Jasmine, you're not a bad person. You're my best friend. And then later on her note, I was gonna bring this note, but I forgot. I was just too tired. So I forgot about that. And later in the note, she's like, you're wonderful, you're funny, you're cool, you're gay, and you're weird as fuck, which my friends know that. And she's like, we're gonna be best friends forever. We haven't spoke since freshman year. We haven't spoke at all. Yeah. So, and I trusted these people really a lot. Like, I put myself out there and I trusted them, and it just didn't work out. So, in hindsight, you shouldn't trust people when you first meet them.
Shouldn't trust anybody.
I'm late. Thank you, Jasmine. All right, so y'all, a couple things that I did not tell you. We have a countdown timer right here, so you can see it. And when that works its way down to, a couple seconds, you got to wrap it up. And we also have Essie Arisman, who is the official timer. She's letting the math people know. This is Catherine McBee. And our math geniuses tonight are Alex Markwell and Nelwyn Yacht. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to make a giant leap for womankind over to the fishbowl.
You say you cut my
Okay.
word.
Here we go. It's good, huh? Okay, so our next storyteller is, big round of applause, please, for Wyatt.
Hello, judges, hello, friends. Ben, I see you. So, yeah, this is very embarrassing, but I have to tell it again. So, when I was in 6th grade, right, I was this very awkward yet confident kid. I was very confident, but I was socially awkward. Like, I couldn't talk to people at all. I was like, wow, I'm the best. And then when I saw someone right in front of me, I was like, hi. They'll be like, hi. But yeah, anyways, there was this girl I liked, all right? She was like 5 times my height, but she was still pretty. And I thought she liked me back. What made me think that? Well, you know, touch my shoulder once. And she would say hi to me every time she saw me, so I thought I was lucky. So this is when I first decided to ask her out. I was in my room. I was just thinking, just laying in my bed looking up. I like this girl. Oh wait, I should ask her out. Yeah, it didn't take long. But yeah, I thought that. I was like, I'm gonna go ask her out. I was planning the day, I was planning the lines. The lines were, do you wanna go out with me? Then the day, well, I can't remember, 6th grade, hello. But yeah, so when the day came, I took a 30-minute shower, and over there, like, this was in Honduras, so like the water is always cold, which sucked, but 30 minutes. Dumb mic. But yeah, 30 minutes in that shower, got out, sprayed a bunch of my grandma's perfume, I said, And yeah, took 2 minutes because I thought that we were gonna make out. I never even had my first kiss at this time, so I was like, oh, well, you never know what could happen. Oh, sorry, this is PG. But yeah, by the way, this girl was like really pretty. Like her eyes were just, ooh. She was like really pretty. I was like a 2 out of 10 and she was like a 10. So there was like no chance. But like I said, confident, so I thought I did have a chance. But yeah, anyways, when I decided to ask her out, already said that, day came. I had a 30-second makeout session with my mirror, pretending that it was her. I looked at my mirror, I said the lines, do you want to go out with me? I looked at myself dead in the eyes, I looked at my reflection, and I was like, let's get it on. I got to the mirror and I said, but then like it tasted like glass later on, so I was like, I hope she doesn't taste like glass. But yeah, I was getting ready, ate a really nice breakfast, and then I was like, Mom, bye. She was like, bye? Where do you think you're going? And I was like, Mom, I would like to announce that I'm gonna go score. Yeah, I didn't know what it meant, sorry. But yeah, my bad. So yeah, I left, went walking to her house. Oh, by the way, I grabbed like one of my dad's tuxedos. And like I said, I was 4'11". This guy's like 5'6". So it was like this on me. And I don't know, it just looked very weird. You can imagine it. But yeah, I went walking to her house, walking, so much confidence. Sorry for not being too close to the mic, sorry. Confidence, walking there. I get to her house and I'm like, oh boy. Okay, here goes nothing. Waiting. Opens. Oh, hi. My confidence went away and I said, hi? Okay. Hold on, I was going to tell you something, but I forgot. And she was like, okay, I'll wait. And I'm like, okay. Then I was like, you know what? Remember, she's gonna say yes. So then I was like, you know what? My confidence came back, but 5 times like harder than it was like supposed to be. So I said, hey you, yeah you, I know you want to go out with me. It's hella obvious, like you want to go out with me, like geez, just go out with me. But already I dropped my paper. Like I know you want to go out with me. It's obvious, just go out with me, okay? Is this the part where we make out? And then she approaches me, and then I'm just here like. And what happened next? Well, I got smacked pretty much. It was like, ow! But yeah, now that I look back, I shouldn't have asked her out that way. It was pretty selfish of me. But yeah, I forgot to mention this in my first story slam. I like followed her like 3 months ago and she blocked me. So, yikes. But yeah, in hindsight, next time, you know, I would say to myself, you know what, next time you ask someone out, just accept it, you know? Accept the pain. If they say no, well, it's fine. You guys could still be friends. Thank you.
Thanks, Wyatt. Brought back some embarrassing memories of my own. Thank you very much. Hey, these cool shirts. If you like one of these, this is this year's Story Slam design. Obviously, hindsight, the glasses, right?
Oh my God,
'Cause, you know, you
2020
can
vision.
see-
Oh my God.
Yeah, right?
You guys are so smart.
You know, and if you order yours from Mrs. Sullivan, yours will not have this beautiful coffee stain on it, like what happened to me during lunch today. Yours will be fresh and new and clean. And so, if you want one, you should talk to Miss Sullivan. Okay, judges, how are we doing? Good. Yes. This fishbowl needs to be attached to my hip or something. They're
I have waters for storytellers.
They're finishing. I asked my son this morning for jokes.
Musicians play sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, water.
And he gave me really inappropriate jokes, so I'm not going to tell them. They all had non-living babies in them.
Oh my God.
They were funny, but not appropriate.
Non-living babies are funny. Busted down on me. Gonna pick these names.
Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready. I'm tired of dancing.
All right, our next storyteller, please welcome to the mic, Andrew Dalton.
Yeah, Andrew. All right. So, my house before my current one is this tiny one-story blue house. But the owner of that house gave us their dog. I think it was because their new place didn't allow pets. The dog was this old beagle mix named Bella. I loved this dog. But it was pretty clear she did not really care about me. She was more my mom's dog. I did everything that my 6-year-old brain could think of to get this dog to like me. I constantly showered her with pets and affection. Whenever I was allowed to, I gave her a treat. And when my neighbor she was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to call you back. So she picks me up and takes me into the bathroom to see how bad it is. All this time, I'm blubbering about how much it's bleeding. Apparently, it was bad enough for me to have to get 3 stitches right above my upper lip. But even after that, I still didn't really learn, because over the next 10 years, I've been bitten by a rabbit twice, at least 3 times by a parakeet, was scratched and bit multiple times by my cats, and even bitten by a soldier ant. Yet, I've never been stung by a bee, but I digress. Now that I'm thinking about it, looking back very recently, I understand what I did wrong. And now I don't get scratched by my cats because I bother them. I get scratched because they're assholes. Thank you.
Hi. Hey, you guys. Madison has a literary magazine, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but we publish it every year. And when did we start? 2004 or was no 2006? I think was our first edition. So that's a lot of years. But we want you over there, and I'm prepared with my fishbowl. Are you ready, audience?
Yes.
What?
Yes, we're ready!
You're small, you gotta be mighty. Okay, so our next storyteller is Star Carpenter.
Yeah, Star.
Can I make this a little smaller? Can I have help over here?
Yes. Last time I sliced my finger. Let me see if I can do it without doing it this time.
I'm short.
You want to? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Okay, so as you all know, I'm Star Carpenter. And when this happened to be when I was four and a half turning to 5, my sister was 3.5 turning to 4. So it was dinner time. My mom told me to go get ready for bed. I went upstairs. My sister was already upstairs. I didn't understand what was going on. I turned on the TV. I grabbed my stuffed dog and I sat on the bed. I was watching The Wiggles at the time. My little sister was in my other sister's room. She came in my room, and I wasn't paying attention. I was watching TV. So my sister, our closet, it wasn't good at the time. It was squeaky and it was fall down all the time. It only fall down once though. So my sister opened the closet, knowing that it wasn't good. She opened the closet to grab her stupid Cookie Monster slippers. And I wasn't paying attention. The closet door started falling a little bit. It started slipping a little bit, and I wasn't paying attention. My sister called out my name, telling me to watch out because I was on my bed. And it was falling towards my bed. I didn't pay attention, like I said. I wasn't paying attention. So 2 minutes later, I start seeing a shadow, against the TV wall, and something hits me in the head. That was the closet door. My sister starts screaming. I start crying. My mom comes upstairs and she says, "What the hell happened?" I don't know what to say, so I said, "She pushed the closet door on my head." My little sister says, "It wasn't my fault." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." I'm still crying. I'm screaming. There's blood running down my head. And then my sister comes upstairs on the phone. And she gets off the phone and she goes, "We have to take her to the hospital." The hospital was going to close. It was around midnight. And they let me in still because I was going to pass out or something. So as we get there, as we're in the car driving, my sister is like, "I'm so sorry it happened to you. I'll be your slave forever. I'll be your peasant forever." And I'm like, you owe me. Whatever you owe me. You owe me. And she's like, "I'll do anything for you except do anything nasty." And I'm like, okay. I didn't understand nasty at the time, besides green beans and sweet peas and all that other crap. So my mom was like, "Just be quiet. Don't freak out." And I was freaking out still at the time. I was screaming. I was banging on the window. And my little sister was like, she said, "Don't freak out. Do you know what that means?" And I was like, "No, I guess not." So my sister was in the passenger seat. My big sister was in the passenger seat. And she was still on the phone with the hospital. And the hospital said that they have 30 minutes to take care of me. After they were done taking care of me, after they had to give me 5 staples and 4 stitches in my head. All because of a stupid little 3.5-year-old pushed down a stupid door on my head. Anyways, after they were done, they said you cannot go to bed for 2 to 4 hours. So they gave me a popsicle, knowing it was grape. I hate grape stuff. Anything grape flavor is just disgusting to me. So they gave me a grape popsicle. I started freaking out. I threw it at them, and I said, "I don't want it." And they said, "It's the only popsicle I can have." And I was like, "I don't want it then. I can have something else." Then they gave me a lollipop, and I was like, "I'll take it then." I was in the back seat of the car, eating the lollipop. My little sister yanks it out of my mouth, and I'm just staring at her. And then I start screaming as loud as I could. My mom stops the car, and she goes, "What happened?" I go, "My little sister, she took the damn lollipop out of my mouth." My mom goes, "You cannot use that word." And I was like, "I don't care." My sister is like, don't freak out, we're going home. I'm like, okay, we're going home. As soon as we get home, my dad wasn't here at the time, but he was on the phone with my mom. I went upstairs, knowing I didn't learn. I started watching TV again, but I was paranoid, so I kept looking out the door, even though it was still down. No one picked it up. It was still down. I'm still looking out the door, and then all of a sudden, my sister comes in, and she has like a blanket and everything, and she's like, I'll tuck you in. I was like, you're not tucking me in. I don't trust you no more. So I'm freaking out still. And then my little sister, she comes to me and she goes, I'm sorry, it's my fault. And I'm like, no, don't touch me. And then my mom comes in and she goes, okay, time to go to bed. And I was like, okay. I'm laying down. She's still awake and she turns on the lamp and she goes, I'll read your story. I'm like, go to bed. I'm still freaking out. I can't go to bed. The next morning, she's all up. She's making breakfast. She burns the bacon. And I'm just like, why are you even cooking? You're only 3.5 years old. My mom tells me to come downstairs. She's downstairs already, and she's like, what is this mess? And I go, ask her, it's not me. Basically, in hindsight, when your little sister does something to you, and then you start freaking out about it, and then you go to the hospital, at least try to take something that they give you, because if you don't, you're going to regret it later on.
Thanks, Star. One of the things I love about live storytelling is how I've heard several of these stories a couple of times now, and I love how every time there's a different detail or two that pops up that makes it like it's told for the first time, and I love that. It's really nice. All right, y'all. If you are getting your work ready for Mosaic, the other thing you could do with those poems is start practicing any performance poems you might have for the slam. I'm looking at you. And that the Madison Poetry Slam is on Thursday, April 16th at 6:30 here in the library. They have to be original poems, 3 minutes or less performed. It helps if they're memorized because then you can be interacting with the audience. And it's the winner of that will go to the Citywide Teen Poetry Slam, which is Verslandia, on April 30th, which is really cool. They have prizes like laptops and stuff. It's crazy. Yes.
Is that different from this? Like, does the winner of this go to that next one?
The winner of this, thank you for asking, the winner of this Story Slam goes to the Truth Be Told Story Slam with the top two winners.
Oh, so there are two.
There's a Story Slam and a Poetry Slam. So the Story Slam is here in February, and the Poetry Slam is in April on Poetry Month. Yeah? And so stories, and then there, if you have poems, you could come perform those. The fishbowl is a problem today.
Oh no! It's just like those Cookie Monster slippers.
Jeez. All right. Our second to last storyteller today
It's
is
me. Okay.
the lyrical dancer, Devasite.
Okay. Can I hold this? I guess not. Yeah, that's too damn loud. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. So I might have sent a girl to SPED. So, you know, in Washington, it's different in Washington. Washington hits different. Okay. I guess, you know, I was too fat and ugly for my doctor's standards. And so, you know, what's you know, an 8-year-old on a diet? Whatever. Okay. Like, same grade that made me skip a grade. Like, I mean, same state that made me skip a grade. Like, something was wrong with that. Washington. Don't even get me started. So, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was on this diet for like 2 days. You know, I was like, you know what? I can do this. Okay. Like, not eating is not that hard. But you know what? I learned that now that, don't take this the wrong way, but if I don't have something in my mouth, like, I'm like a car without gas. Like, it's just not gonna work. I always need something to eat, or I'm just gonna die. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. So there was these two schools connected. There was Frontier and Pioneer. I went to Pioneer, the crusty one with the little kids. Okay. But then that was like K through 8, and then there was Frontier, where all the middle schoolers went. And that's where orchestra was. Okay, and so that was that was a mix between all the grades, you know. You could be there. Am I not talking loud enough into the mic? Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep standing back here because I do a lot of movement. So, blah, 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 class starts, blah, blah, blah. I can do, you know what, I can do this, okay? And then I go into orchestra, and in my head, I'm like, it's the last period of the day, not period, but last, like, segment of the day. I can do this, okay? But no. There always has to be this one girl, this one person, just be like, actually, you can actually do factoring instead of the quadratic formula, instead of blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up! We're gonna get the same answers. Okay, but whatever. So, yeah, we were in orchestra. I went to go sit down. We started playing a song. Okay, and this riff came up. And you know what? I didn't tune my violin right, of course. Okay, and so this nice female, this wonderful person, she just stops the song and she's like, hey teacher, I think someone over there is flat. Okay? And but like when you say that, you don't look at the person. She was looking directly into my eyes. Like, don't do that. Okay, unless you want to catch this fade, little girl. Okay. And she's like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, let's just play it again so we can actually detect where it's coming from. I play this, you know, I was knowing it was me, okay? And so I try harder, and you know what? Of course, I mess up on that one riff, okay? And so she's like, she just stops the song. Again, like, stopping the song. You're not good enough. I'm sorry, you're not better than us, little rat. And then she just like, teacher, I'm gonna go over there and help him. And like, how did you know it was me when you said that it was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so she comes sit next to me with her big ass. And she's like, and then blah, 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 we start playing again. And I'm trying my hardest because I'm tired of her. Okay, and I know something's about to go down with this little girl. Okay, and so I'm playing, and then she stops it. Like, stopping the stuff. It's not your job. You are not, whatever. Okay, and then she's like, I think we should make DeVos play it by himself. Who the hell you think you're talking to? So, but whatever. I start playing, okay. And of course, you know what? I mess up. But here's the thing. Y'all don't know how hard I tried on this little riff. It was like this, like, little, like this blues thing. Like, Ami, can you play a C, an E flat, and an F? Like, oh, I was killing it up there. Okay, but little old me, I had anger issues. You can tell by Tyler and Ms. Gomez, okay? I screamed at you and I used to throw chairs at children, okay? And so this little girl, she thought she could mess with me. I'm like, no, psych. And so I just, boom, I hit that girl with my violin, okay? And I'm just like, no, I'm not the one. And then I get sent out of the class, but nobody's really surprised because, you know, it's just DeVos, his crazy self. Okay, but you know what, in hindsight, I'm glad I did that because at least you guys get to be blessed by my presence.
Lovely humans who are here. There are other SLAM events that we need your help with. So, like, we need judges and we need math geniuses and audience members for our other SLAM events. So, just check in with Miss Sullivan, and she'll find a role for you because there are plenty. How are we doing? Judges are still music.
Oh yeah, Ami, better do something about it. Yeah, hit us with them diminished chords, Ami. It ain't no joke.
Is this what you meant when you said graced by your presence?
Yes, like, you guys get to be blessed by my high energy.
Yeah, if that didn't happen, you wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah, like if I didn't hit that girl with that violin, I would have been stuck in Washington. Evergreen School District. velvet on me. Okay.
We'll make sure we send them a link to the video. All right, y'all. Please give it up for our final storyteller this afternoon, Tyler. Hooray!
Yeah, Tyler! I'm in the same class as him.
This is a bit tall for me,
Oh, I'm sorry. But I just don't fit your
considering that I am
standards.
4 feet tall. Okay. When I was 11, I was really, really insecure. And I was insecure for a lot of reasons, but one of those reasons is because I was trans. Yeah, I know, gross, right? And
For real.
I was trans at a very young age. I didn't really know how it worked. I didn't know what was going on with my body and my identity. So, you know, I just was very insecure. And you know what insecure kids do? They wear ugly t-shirts from Kohl's, but you know what they also do? They walk with their head down. And this makes it hard to go throughout your life because when you're walking with your head down, you're not paying attention. I have walked into poles so many times and fallen on my ass. I have walked into people, which is even worse because people you have to talk to, poles you don't. So, anyways, I was 11. I was in the car with my mom, and we were going to get me my first ever chest binder, which is something that trans people wear that basically makes your boobs go away. And I was really excited. I was excited to try on this thing that would make me feel better about myself. Maybe I could walk with my chest up for once. But I also was scared. And my mom knew that I was scared. And I thought to myself, you know, there was nothing that my mom would do to make this experience any worse for me. You know, like she would tell me everything. So I thought. The first thing I noticed about the store we were going to was that the windows were blacked out. Which, you know, usually doesn't mean, hey, we're super inviting and you should come in here. No, it probably means like, we're gonna kill you. So, and the second thing I see is this big neon sign that says She-Bop. Yeah. So I was this little kid and I looked at my mom and I was like, what is this place? And she said, you'll see. And I was like, okay, so this is not normal. We walk in, and I told you, I walk with my head down. I do not look at things. I just go all the time. So I walked in there with my head down as usual. My mom starts laughing, and I'm like, oh God. And I look up, surrounded by dicks. Everywhere. All shapes and sizes and colors. It was like a Disneyland for lesbians. I was young and I was terrified and I was like, oh my gosh, there are penises here. That is disgusting. My face was red. I was panicking. I wanted to melt into the ground. But instead, I went to the back of the room and I put my binder on and I looked in the mirror and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I look like a boy. I'm a sexy cis man. I have muscles. I'm gonna drive a Hummer. And I was so excited. And then I tried to take it off. And if you know anything about binders, they're very tight for obvious reasons. They're called binders. So I tried to take it off, you know, like the sexy cis guys do when they go like, whoosh. And then I got stuck with my arms in the air, boobs out, terrified. I sat in that dressing room for 20 minutes, waiting for someone to ask. I don't even know what I was waiting for. Panic ensued. And I thought to myself, this is it. This is how I'm going to die. Eventually, the lady that had helped me pick out the binder called for me and she said, "Tyler, are you okay?" And that was the first time anyone had ever called me Tyler. And, you know, usually I would have been like, "Yep, great, fine, thank you for asking. I'll deal with this on my own. I might be here forever." But instead, because she called me Tyler, I said, "No, I'm not okay. Thank you."
In third place today is Andrew. Come on up, Andrew.
Come on up.
In second place, we have Wyatt. By the way, before I announce first place, I just want to tell you that you're all awesome. You know
Yes,
that,
you
right?
are.
Do you know that? Yeah, they are all awesome, right? Thank you. And in first place, Tyler. Woo!
Pictures. Is this still working?
Yeah, it is.
Hi.
Will you guys move over a little bit that way because the curtain's not actually in the middle.
Shortest one's in the middle.
Hey.
2, 3.
Watch it.
You guys are awesome. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Woohoo!